and welcome to another episode of Books and Banter. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Coral.
So there was a really important, special to me holiday recently, and if you would like to continue celebrating May the 4th, we have some books for you. All right, Coral, so do you have like a favorite Star Wars movie or a favorite character or just any kind of special memory?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up watching them, so I obviously love the Star Wars franchise. I've always really loved, I love Rey, I love The Mandalorian. Din Djarin, my mans, whatever. And, I really love Padme, which is why I picked the book I read, spoiler alert.
Nice.
But I've always really loved those characters.
Yeah.
What about you?
Same. I mean, I grew up on them. I have two older brothers, so they of course had like all the toys and everything, and I think I probably mostly liked it because they liked it, but I remember Return of the Jedi is the first movie I remember seeing in theaters, and I remember walking out of it and saying I thought it was amazing, and of course I loved the Ewoks when I was a young kid. I thought they were cute.
I love the Ewoks now.
Right, yeah. But my favorite character, I love Han Solo, of course. I always loved Yoda. He always just made me laugh. I don't know. And of course, I love Princess Leia, and maybe that's why I chose the book I chose for today. But yeah, I think they just have always had like a special place in my heart. Obviously, we are fans.
Yes.
So, okay. Well, Coral, what do you want to tell us about yours first?
Yeah. So I read Queen's Shadow by E.K. Johnston. E.K. Johnston has written a lot for the Star Wars fandom. She's written this entire trilogy about Padme, which this is book one of that trilogy. She's written a book about Ashoka. She's written a book about Kira. So she has written a lot for the Star Wars fandom. But Queen's Shadow specifically takes place between episode 1 and episode 2. So it really follows Padme from her transition from being the Queen of Naboo to becoming a senator. So it follows her kind of deciding to take this path. Someone else has won the election for queen, and which she didn't run in because she said, I'm done. She don't won. She don't won. Let's be clear there. And she decides, she's going to try to fit in with the Galactic Senate. Yeah. So it's also interesting because it talks a lot about her handmaidens, who you know from the first movie, or episode 1.
Yeah.
The first movie. I understand Star Wars, so I want to make that clear. And kind of their role in everything, how they came to kind of work with her, what their role is. And it's really fun, just deep dive if you're into Padme and if you're into, kind of Star Wars and how things work and how the different worlds have cultures and things like that, which is something I get really into. So you learn a lot about Naboo as a planet, as a culture. You also get a lot of characters that you might recognize from the Clone Wars TV series. So you might see some names that are familiar there and be like, hey, wait a second, I know this person. And there's actually a really limited Jedi kind of like presence in this. There's no Anakin because it wouldn't make sense that she sees him again in this. And it's the start of this, fun trilogy. It didn't take me super long to read. It was interesting, and I thought it's always fun to get into characters you love. Yeah. Head, get a deeper dive in them.
Spend more time with them.
Oh, yeah. And this one is available in print, on Libby and Hoopla as an e-audiobook, or as an ebook, and on Libby as an e-audiobook. So lots of opportunities to read this one and learn a little bit more about our girl Padme.
Nice. So, okay, well, my choice has to do with Padme's daughter. It's called Princess Leia by Mark Waid, Terry Dodson, Rachel Dodson, and Jordi Belair. It is a graphic novel. So this picks up right where episode 4, A New Hope, leaves off. So like literally, it starts right after the medal ceremony. So Leia is now kind of struggling with her role since, her home planet of Alderaan has been destroyed. And, is she still a princess since she has no royal court? And she's also dealing with people criticizing like how she's handling the trauma, and people don't think that she's grieving enough, because she's really like kind of wants to like go like do some missions. She wants to work, she wants to do stuff, and so I think that's kind of how she is processing her grief, is that it turns out, she finds out that the Empire is, they're on the hunt for Alderaanians, I guess how you say it, maybe, who are still alive, and they weren't on the planet, obviously, when it's right. And so, but the Empire is trying to find them, and so she decides she wants to rescue all of them. So she enlists the help of a rebel soldier named Evan, who initially does not like Leia, but they have to work together, to save these people. I like this a lot because I feel like it kind of gets more into Leia's head. I mean, it touches a little bit, on her grief. It doesn't go like too in depth, but definitely more than the movies did, because I feel like the movies didn't really like it happened, and then I feel like she didn't really mention it much again. But I'm not to criticize the movies too much, but anyway, I just feel like it kind of deals more with her emotional like state, what she's going through, than the movies did. Also, and there's action, adventure. It's fun. I think the artwork is good. It's bright and colorful, and I think this is a good addition to the Star Wars universe. And this one is available in print and on Hoopla.
Cool. So, as always, we recommend that you check the content warnings of the books you read. We have a ton of Star Wars books in the system. There are a ton of Star Wars books out there, and we have so many of them. So if you're like, maybe these two aren't for me, we have plenty of options for you. And maybe you're not into Star Wars at all. So you can talk to your local librarians. You could subscribe to our channel and watch more of our videos. But we have a book for you, so keep on looking. But that's all for this time. Gotta say, may the 4th be with you, and happy reading. Bye!